I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody.
The Crochet Crowd, Michael speaking.
Back away, Sage.
Dance like nobody's watching me.
So what we have to do is we have to orientate this bottom half to match the top half.
Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna.
And good morning and welcome to the Crochet Crowd here on Boxing Day. It's December 26th here in Canada. December 26th pretty much everywhere, except for if you're in down under, you're already in the next day. So working on a concept. I've lost my way in design. So I am working on a design that it's kind of like it's that push and pull of the design. And I've done the mistake of design where I've gone too far in the design that I have lost my stitch counts and I have no idea where I am. And because of it, the project is buckling. And because of that, it looks like this. So I have to decide whether I'm going to keep the elephants or not. I don't know yet. I'm trying to do it I'm trying to really design my first child size blanket, something that's ridiculously loud, fun, cool. I did put this idea through AI and it came up with color choices that I really got to check with my yarn collection for that. And so I'm really kind of liking those choices a lot better than what I've chosen. Kind of using the Value Yarns Red Heart Super Saver is what I'm focusing on for the design for the initial prototype, because this blanket will not be photographed in the end. It'll be something new. And so I'm just using this as kind of concept, see where the colors land. And then once I get to a certain point, I have to then do that. So yeah. So a friend of mine was here. We did a major purge of my yarn collection. You may have noticed that on Facebook. And half my yarn collection is gone. I thought we'd start off 2026 with a good old-fashioned purge. Some of the yarns I've had for over 10 years, and it's time to clear it out. I know I'm never going to get to it, so I cleared it out. I wasn't looking for any money, just give it away, because I feel like it's already money spent and this money's gone. So obviously not everybody has that opinion. So the first part of my blanket is a little bit tough in the sense that it's actually interlock in the center here. And because of that, I cannot figure out how to diagram that out. I tried, it does not make any sense. I think we'll have to rely on a video tutorial for that. So what I want to do is that I want to just put a representation of the starting of the outside of the interlocking and then take it from there, and then we can do the fun stuff. The elephants are actually added separately during the process. So they're added on as soon as this row is in. And then once you get a certain amount, we lay them back, and then we just use a single crochet to kind of hold back their heads. So it's actually attached just behind the neck of each of the elephants. So they actually look really cute when they're standing up by itself, right? So yeah, so as soon as I design anything that's granny square related, people tend to quit because they don't want to join stuff. So they get so far, they do it all, and things. So I'm very much a person that likes circus. I like the element of the creativity of circus. I like dirty circus in the sense that I like the P.T. Barnum old-fashioned type of circus where all the decorations were handmade, hand-painted. It's rough looking, it's dirty, it's using colors that are not necessarily clean. I like that kind of circus. I really am obsessed with rundown circus. I grew up on a fairground, as most of you know. And so I have the kind of element of like the carnival circus vibe in my life. And I love that. For that, I don't like the animals performing. That is, I'll be very clear about that. Once Cirque du Soleil, I saw that in my teenage years. I realized that you can have a circus without the animals, and it's all about creativity and skill. And that will be there. So will it continue to be around? I don't know, Nancy. I don't know. So I'm not the type of designer where I know where I'm going to go. With my design, I just go row by row and see what I need to do. And it's still possible to go to a different shape from the size that it is. But what I have to do is that because it's buckled, I can only go to where the elephants finish. So all of this has to be ripped out. So I will rip that out and store the yarn for another day and restart. And because my counts are wrong, this whole thing is buckling. So you can't salvage it at this point. I thought I could, but I couldn't. And so I tend to work, I'm having medical issues, just so you know. I tend to work on this stuff on my lap, so I don't lay it flat very often. And because of that, I'm paying the price of that. Yeah. So when will the pattern and tutorial be available? Are you serious? No idea. I'm in the design process. The designs, what was the other one? The floral blanket that I designed that just got released. The stitch along started today. That took 4 months of design. I tend to design based on a storyline. And the story of the floral blanket, Daniel and I have been having a rough patch. And so it was the push and pull of our relationship being complicated. So I threw a lot of stuff at it to bury my feelings into the blanket. So a lot of what I design has a lot of emotional impact. And so for me, I'm designing this because I'm obsessed with the circus and it gives me joy to see it actually out on a project. I'm known for doing blankets and etc. So yeah, so I'm just going to get myself comfortable. There we go. I can't sit back on my chair. Anyway, those glasses are chill, bro. They are chill. I get them here in Nova Scotia. They are actually imported in, I think, from Germany. Yeah. So anyway, so we're kind of working through this. So what I need to do is that I need to figure out the circle. I'm going to say, you know what, if you need help on this and there's going to be no diagram on it, then we can use the video tutorial for that, right? And so that's what it is going to be. So for those that observe Christmas, a Merry Christmas to you, Happy Holidays, the festive of the season, the whole nine works. There's been so much fighting on not my profile or the Crochet Crowd, thank God for that. But there's been so much about Merry Christmas and the whole 9 years. I think that's manufactured outrage. Nobody's ever corrected me for that kind of stuff. And people know I don't even observe Christmas. I decorate for Christmas, but we don't observe it. We don't do the gifts and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to take you to my next screen, and I'm going to design live on camera with you. And yeah, and so yeah, what other news do we have? So we are launching the Virgin Voyage crochet cruises on January 5th. If you go to my website, thecrochetcrowd.com, in the events section, you will find that. We have people on the list for being notified, and they're going to go incrementally. My agent, they're going to be releasing information a little bit easier, or a little bit sooner than January 5th to the first batch of people. So they have a choice. They can see what the pricing is going to be, dates, ship, the whole 9 yards. And so that'll go. I only have 60 spots available on the ship. So that's going to be releasing. The other thing that we did is that my new agent that we're working with is also in the creative arts. And so she got Jonathan, the Yarn Dragon, and I together to see, well, she wanted to reach out and do an event with Jonathan, maybe a cruise or a retreat with Jonathan, Yarn Dragon. And so she was talking to me about it. She goes, do I know him? And I said, I don't even know who you're talking about. Turns out I'm following the guy. I just didn't clue the name and with who it is, which is not unusual for me because I tend to stay in my own bubble. And I said, oh my God, I follow this guy. He seems like a lot of fun. So she says, that's kind of cool. And I said, what if we do two groups together on the same ship at the exact same time? And she goes, well, let's reach out and let's talk to him and see if he'll do something joint. So we are doing a joint retreat with him. So we are going to do a Crochet Crowd retreat, and he's going to do the Yarn Dragon retreat in the same ship at the same moment. And so our goal is it's going to be departing out of San Francisco to Hawaii and back in April of 2027. The ship has already been booked. We've got all of that settled down. We're going to hammer out our notes. Yeah. So, yeah. So, Marcy, just to put a comment, I don't observe Christmas. Christmas is all about Jesus. When you reject Jesus, you serve Satan. I will say to you that when I joined social media back in 2008, 2009, I got a letter just like what you're saying to me right now, and said, because I'm gay, that I have no right to serve Christmas. And I took down my Christmas decorations and I ended that right there in that moment. So just exactly what you're saying is exactly why we don't observe Christmas. So I acknowledge that Christmas is important to you, and I know that you're celebrating it for the right reason. And because I'm not a religious person, and I don't observe it for the right reason, I do not observe Christmas. So, so you can feel comfortable within your own skin that somebody like me does not observe Christmas when you feel that I am serving Satan. So that's fine. So you can enjoy your life, and I can enjoy mine, and let's just keep it on crochet today. So, so we're going to be leaving out of San Francisco for 2 weeks on board a Princess cruise ship. And so Jonathan's going to run his group in the morning, and I am also going to run my group in the morning and in separate spaces on the ship. And then in the afternoon, we're going to come together. We're going to come together as 2 major groups on board and do some fun activities. We think we might switch groups so then I'm going to go into his group one morning, he'll go into mine, and then we'll have one-on-one time with each other's groups, and then we still come together. So we're quite excited about that. We don't know what our volume is going to be for his amount of people. I don't want a big group. So he's got to get his own group on board. I got to get my own group on board, and we're going to work together. So because we're using the same agent, we're going to try to work our finances to be exactly the same. So you can choose him or us, and yeah, so it's going to be fun. So I'm going to get back to design, and let's just carry on with that. So yeah, so I figured I'd address Marcy because I get emails like that constantly. So let's go back to design. That's why we're here today, and let's stay focused. And so we're back to design, and we need to figure out where we are going to go from here. We do have, actually, I think I designed. Let me just take a look at my notes. I was designing just before the, oh, I think I was doing it over here. Somewhere over here. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start from scratch, and we'll just carry on. So what I need to do is that I cannot. Yeah. So Monica, thank you so much for your input, and we will carry on. So let's carry on, and we're going to do. Let's just stay on track today. I don't want to get hooked on that conversation because it's not going to be it's not going to land well anytime you talk religion or politics. Okay, so what I need to do is that I need to figure out what my circle is going to look like, and I am going to just I need to figure out exactly the radius circle of this thing. So I need some double crochets up, and I'm just putting this as a placeholder here, and we're going to come in closer. And so there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 rows of double crochet. So we're going to just stack them so we can see how tall they are. Now we don't have the height of the crochet stitch doesn't matter. So I'm just going to make it a little bit more narrow down. And so we need 5 of these on top of each other. So we got 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're going to do that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 times 16 is what? My math sucks, just so you know. It is, yeah, 5 times 16 is 80. So there's 80 stitches in the round. So we're going to go 80 stitches in the round. So this is where we're going to pick up on the pattern right here. So we're going to make this rotation around the center axis. And before I do that, this is just a representation. So I'm going to, before I do that, because it's going to be a nightmare if I wait, I'm going to put this as gray. That matters. So gray means that it's already established on the pattern. And so the pattern will pick up after this round. So we're going to do a rotation. So if you're new to watching me do this, we don't ever worry about the stops and starts of a round in the beginning. We do that at the very end. So we have 360 degrees divided by 80 stitches, and that will give me the rotation of this around. So there is my starting circle. So let's keep that going. So this is going to be the ending of that interlocking. You know what I can do though, now that I'm saying this out loud, I can actually, what's 4 times 16? I'm just gonna write, I have to write notes when I'm doing this stuff. So there was 80 in the last round, 64, and then we're 64. I'm just taking a look. I might be able to color it so that it looks like it's the center, even though it's not technically accurate. 360 degrees divided by 64. I might just do it anyway. It's technically not right. Okay, I'm not going to do that. So my keyboard, for whatever reason, a few weeks back, reset itself to something, and so the keys are not making sense to me. So I'm fluttering around a lot. So I'm going to leave that out, and we're just going to start from this point. So what we need to do is we need to figure out where we go from here on the blanket. So we know that there's 80 stitches. So the customer will never see, the customer meaning you, will never see this information that I'm putting on screen. So I know that there's 80 stitches that are in the circle. And I'm doing that so that I can keep an eye on the counts. And we know that when I say we, I mean I. We're going to do this as red so I see it. So I take it out before you will see it. So we don't leave stuff like this in the pattern. So we know there's 80 stitches. And so there is currently right now, I'm going to write some notes here. So the last row was five stitches times 16 pieces of pie. Last row equals 80. And I'm going to, I have been writing the pattern out. Actually, Journey members on YouTube have already started testing some of this pattern already. And I'm just going to find out what row that is. So they only got the interlocking part so far. That's as far as I got. So we are going to be picking up. So that's 80. It's 80. So that was round number 11. So you don't know how to read the patterns, but yeah. Because I'm not a strong reader. I was never a great student until I got a computer when I was in grade 10, and then I turned into an A student. So this is round number 11, I believe. Let me just go back to my notes. Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's round number 11. So I'm going to just say this is round 11. 11th round. Okay. So we are using Adobe Illustrator as the sorry, I'm thinking. Adobe Illustrator is what I'm using to write. Okay, so I have written out some of this. So we are going to increase by 16 stitches. And yours truly, the guy that I am, I did not record. I didn't actually draw this out in advance. I just did it, which is my issue that I'm having today. So we're going to start with the next row, and we're going to start with blue. So one row is blue, one row is black. I'm not sure that people are colorblind actually can see that difference, but it's kind of true. And so what we need to do is that we need to put in a registration mark. So I'm going to put my registration mark in green. And we keep moving that up as we go, and we're going to make sure that this stays on the guides. So all the diagram symbols are drawn by me, and I have an index of those. And I actually sell the template for I think $300 because it's taken me years to build it. Okay, so we know that there's going to be 96 stitches. So what we need to do is that we need to figure out oh shoot. I'm gonna need the row below this done. Okay, I need this row to be done. So that means that this other row that we're working on is obsolete because we're going to use some front post double crochets going 2 rows below. So those got come out. Let's just get these out. We are going to be using stitches 2 rows below. So we know this row is 64 in the round. So let's just get that in. And this should also be gray. $64. So it's during this part of the process is that I change anything that I don't like. So we're going to, so this is 2 rows below. Okay, so that was row number, technically row number 9 and 10. Put it right here. Okay, so now what we need to do is that we know that there is groups of 5. So I need a few of these. I don't need a lot of them because I need to reorientate the base. So we're just going to copy until we can kind of see a repeat going on. So we know that there's 80 stitches, 360 degrees divided by 80 stitches, copy, and we just want a few of them. And what I'm looking for there. So what I was looking for, see how this one goes right to the center? That one also goes right to the center. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. So let's go and let's align those properly. And it's the fifth one. So 1, 2. So we're now going to start adjusting. So the symbol is pointing directly to the symbol underneath it. So what we need to do is we need to realign. And this one, every fifth one shares the same. See how that's perfectly aligned? So I know that's right. So when I was 14, I brought my own crochet book, as for those that don't know my backstory. And it was that taught me how to crochet. And the crochet book had diagrams, and because I'm not a strong reader, I picked up crochet. I'm learning how to do that. Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's, we're gonna rotate. So we said that there are 64 stitches, so 64. So Tracy Ann is watching while knitting. So I don't know where I started, but I know that the middle matters. So I'm going to take that one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just copy these guys around. I wonder if I should just do it red. Then people can clearly see that there's interlocking going on. So we're going to copy this guy around. There's only 8 of those going around. Divided by 8. And then the other one has and then that's 8. So on the keyboard, I'm using what is called the short keys. So I'm holding down keys to make a lot of this stuff happen. So I used to be a car designer way back in the old days, in my late teens and early 20s. And so I was used to using AutoCAD. And so I used a lot of short keys because it's just faster. I am wondering. Take those out. I think it's better for customers to have an opportunity to see what I'm doing. Then they can physically see the big top circus tent on the pattern. So anyway, so for those that don't know my backstory. So then Red Heart comes along and says, can you teach for us? And they wanted to test me on a pattern, and I had no diagrams, and I was so screwed. And I'm like, so I thought there were diagrams on all patterns, and it turns out it's not very much. So my move to Yarn Inspirations had a lot to do with the diagram works, because they were one of the very few companies that were still doing diagram work. And so I could understand their patterns a lot easier. You know, things happen for a reason. One of the things that I've kind of bounced in my head, that if something ever happens, I could actually literally just stay behind the scenes with Yarn Inspirations and just do their diagram work, because I know how to read the patterns. Okay. So we got 10 and 11. Okay, that makes me more happier now. And what we're going to do is we're going to lock the layer so it doesn't move. So I need a registration key. I need a why is there no circle? Oh, because I'm on a hidden layer. Okay, we're going to do a registration. Actually, that's going to be empty. So I need to know the height of the rows or the rounds. So we're going to position this directly in the center, so the customer will never see this. So again, my notes. And so I'm going to put the height of that last single crochet that's on the top. And so that's the height, because I'm using different stitches in the next part of the process. And we got Karen, my neighbor, is joining us today. So we're going to, we know that there's 96 stitches in the circle. So what I'm going to do is just do a little piece of it. Okay, he's on the wrong layer. So we're going to put him onto layer number 12. Okay, so we know that there's 96 stitches, because that's what I'm telling you there is. So I'm just going to do a few of them so I can see them. So 360 degrees divided by 96 stitches. Karen said this is fascinating to watch. You're watching my squirrels turn in my head, Karen. I'm just going to do 2 sections to see where it lands. So part of my buckling problem is that the stitches are not lining up properly. Okay. So there's 16. I don't think there is that. I feel like that might be where my problem is. 48. No. There is not 96. Yeah, there is. I don't know what I'm doing. So what is happening? I am working on this. I'm working on a new design, but the pattern is buckling. So I'm trying to figure out where the problem is. So I have 2 extra stitches here. I am going to just realign some of this stuff and see where it goes. I'm having trouble visualizing it. The other thing that I don't like, I don't like the width. I'm going to just make that a little bit narrow. It's when this is zoomed out, these single crochets will look like they're together as one stitch. Okay, so there is 96 of these in the circle. There's technically not, but you'll figure it out in 2 minutes. So we're trying to get the interlocking to be consistent. So we have Auckland in the house this morning. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just align the stitches and see where I go. And I think I'm going to start with this one. So there's 2 into the same one. Okay, and then this one here is going to be a treble front post. It's this one. It's that. Okay, so here's my issue is that when this does this, we have to bend the one section. So we have to bend it. So we need to keep it centered to keep it aligned. And we need to eliminate this here. So when it travels over top of stitches, you know what? I'm missing a row. So I am missing a row, so I'm going to backtrack out. So I'm using Adobe Illustrator for this. Oh, looks like Wendy's with us today. Wendy, you don't have to hang around if you don't want to. Like, I'm just, you know me, I don't have family here. And Amy is joining us this morning. So I am missing a row. I just don't know how I'm going to represent that. So the problem is because it's interlocking, the row below here is actually, there's chain work. I think I'm just going to, so one part has the chain behind it that we are using and the other part doesn't. That's what I'm confused by. So 96 or 360 degrees divided by 96 stitches. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, so let's just do one more. So Wendy apparently is actually working today. I think Americans don't have today off, I think. It's a holiday here in Canada, so everything's pretty much closed except for the restaurants. Americans tend to have more vacation time than Canadians do. But we get 2 days off for Christmas Day and Boxing Day. Divided by 96. Okay, and what I'm going to do is, so is it Happy Boxing Day? I don't think it's Happy Boxing Day. I think it's just Boxing Day. I don't think. Karen, if you're on, it's not Happy Boxing Day, right? I don't think so. Anybody else know? I don't think it's happy. Oh, there's only supposed to be 5 of these. There's only supposed to be 80 of these. Not 96. 96 is in the next row. So I kind of turned a policy. If I'm doing this much work on a pattern, I charge for the pattern, just so you know. Because these are all customized patterns. And the reason why is that the next double crochets are going to be 5 into the chain 5 space. That's why there's 80. And it's 80 times 6, or sorry, it's 5 times 16. A 360 degrees divided by 80. And the chains are only in one section. That's better. And we're going to tilt these down because they match actually the red ones. I actually should technically make that red. We're going to make those red. Red. And then people understand it's the same color that's carried behind. Okay, so there's going to be 8 sections of that. We're going to group those together. And then we're going to rotate those around. So this is my problem with the interlocking. I just didn't know how to do the center interlocking without confusing the hell out of myself or anybody else for that matter. Okay, so now row number 12. I'm just going to take a look at the pattern. This is actually technically row number 10 and number 9. So the consumer will not see these numbers. I'm just putting them in so I don't get confused. Okay, so now the next row, number 11, is the double crochet round. So we're going to do that one is blue. Okay, we're going to change the registration key. I am working on a circus blanket for children. I have an idea in my head, but I don't know if it's going to materialize yet. So I'm just moving my registration keys. This here is row number 11. We're going to move that to row number 11. Send to the current layer. And we know that there's 96 of these. And I just have to get beyond this moment and then I can do it pretty easily. So 360 degrees divided by 5 times 80. Okay, so what I need to do is that I need to put in these up here, got to change. So because it's going over top of this, I need to get rid of the one here, and I need to bend it to my will. So I'm going to just bend, bend, and bend. And it needs to stay in front of this chain. And we're going to get rid of those. We're going to use that and bend. (360 degrees divided by 80). There you go. And what I'm going, now I'm going to leave it red. So that's in front. And then I'm going to make these guys longer. I don't want to lose the spacing on the tops, because if I lose spacing, then the whole diagram gets thrown out of whack. And there's 360 degrees divided by 80 stitches, copy. And there is round number 11. That is actually incorrect. These here are actually in the chain. It's interlocking. This is why I don't design interlocking. Oh my God. My brain just doesn't work like interlocking should. You need Adobe to see the downloads. Yeah, you need Adobe Illustrator. It's designed for Adobe, as Wendy's alluding to. But Adobe costs me, I think, $300 a month to have it, which you're seeing on screen. This is where the expenses of the Crochet Crowd come into play. And then, yeah, people demand everything for free. I know that's right. 300 divided by 80. That's sitting in the chain. You did not know that there's cursing words on this channel. I thought it was clean. No. If you look at her bio, you will see that this is an adults only channel. I don't serve kids. And I swear like a sailor. But I try to keep the tutorials pretty much clean. But this kind of stuff I'm live, so it's hard to register myself. But don't ever sign up for my live events. That's what I'm telling you right now, because I have a hard time censoring myself like that in person. Yeah. So the grapes of craft, I think you should turn this this broadcast off if you're sitting beside your child and just move on to something else for today. Okay, let's go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got that done. So that's number 11. Okay, so now the fun starts. So we got ourselves established. We're going to save our work and let's go. The next row is number 12. And number 12 is when all the texture really starts. So we're going to move the registration key up. And we know that there's yeah, it's one thing about me. I don't pretend to be a little innocent little wallflower. That's what gets me in trouble. Okay, so we got that, and we know that there's 96 of these, so we're going to retry the concept, and these need to be black. Okay. And sorry, I'm just hurting a little bit. Christy Johnson. Christy, are you going to be in Puerto Rico? No, doesn't matter. Change it. I thought I was going to be in Puerto Rico, but I'm not. Sorry, never mind. 96. I was intentionally going to go to Puerto Rico, and I thought I'd meet up with you for drinks and a dinner, but I don't think I'm not going to make it. Okay. Yeah, I probably did, Wendy, when I made a mistake. I probably said the SH word. I'm so automatic with it, I don't even hear it. Okay, so we're going to look at the pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, you can see a mistake on my pattern, on my actual real sample. The diagrams are pretty much universal. Some people use the single crochet as a X and not a plus symbol. But other than that, once you understand the country of where the designer is and you understand what the symbol means, then their thing. The Asian market has a humongous catalog of really, really intricate stuff like this. So the increase is actually... Okay, let's just start lining stuff up before I flip out. And that is... You make a circle pattern, but where, picture where is it? So I am making that. I just have to get myself established on this round, and then it's going to get easy. So I've got 1, 2. This is the third one here. I'm trying to match the angle of the circle. And this one here is going all the way down to here. No, it's not. For the love of Pete. It is right there. It's somewhere here. Let me just put this here somewhere, and then I will figure out the rest. So the increase is technically right there. So those are double crochet right there. Let me just get that out. Need some black ones. And just bend them to my will. I'm pretty anal retentive when it comes to spacing. So that one's gone. There's 2 of these in a row. is the rows before number 9. How do you know where to increase? I've always had the trouble. How do you know where to increase? You have to increase incrementally. So in this case, I increased by 16 stitches. Okay. These two here, I have to bend these guys over, and these guys actually go into this right here. So I'm going to just bend, bend, bend. Out. Because it's going in front of stitches, it has to bend. So I bought a book when I was in Scotland that I absolutely cannot read. It was a pattern book, and there's no diagrams in the book, and I'm like, oh my God. I kind of regret the purchase, to be honest. Okay, so we need to bend this guy too, but we've already bent the first one, so we're going to take a copy of the bending and bend it over. So I needed to figure out how to increase the stitch work. Yeah, I'm not pretty clean that way. I say it the way it comes out of my mouth. Okay, so we got that. It's going to get easier, folks. It's just... And then this guy here, there's two of these guys. And let's do those as black. Actually, they share the same stitch, so I'm just only going to draw it once. So 1, 2, 3, it's right here. This is a 2 together treble front post. We need to separate this symbol out from each other, and it's going right here. No, it's not. It's going even further. It's going right. It's going right there. Okay, and then we need to bend, 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 bend. And then we need to stretch it down. And then we need to do that again. And I'm going to flip it the other way. Are you confused yet? So this is what creates my textures when I like texture. And now we're going to put it all together. Group. I don't think I'm increasing by 16. I think I'm only increasing by 8, 88. And the reason for it is that I have an extra stitch here. I think I'm wrong. I think I only have I'm just going to highlight my notes. I think this is actually wrong. I think I'm only increasing by 8, not 16. Okay, I'm going to get rid of, so I think there's only 88 stitches. That means the rest of my counts are off for the pattern. It's probably why I'm buckling. Okay, so we're gonna just put 88 stitches instead of 96. So let's see where that goes. (360 degrees) divided by 88 stitches. So usually I hand draw this stuff out, but I did not. Oops. I did not this time. group. Oops. Why is that happening? Okay, so we got that. And so that counts as the stitch that it's sitting in front of. So that gives you an extra stitch that we need. We're going to repoint. So where the stitch is pointing to below is where it goes. So there's 4 single crochets before the next symbol, which is right. This here is right here. So that confirms that it was 88 stitches. My pattern is wrong. I've already, this next section that I'm doing right now has already been written out. So I know it's wrong. So I don't like how it's covering over top of this symbol. So I'm going to take that one out and redo it. Oops. I think it needs to be exaggerated so it doesn't cover over the other stitch. Okay, so that's the pattern right there. So that was number 12 right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's 11 stitches in the pie. And then 11 times 8 is 88 stitches. So that's right. Okay, so let's make that go around the circle. Go around the circle. Here we go. So you only have to draw a piece of the pie because then the rest of the pie works out divided by 8 slices of pie. And I believe that I started, I'm going to put the symbol right here. This is where I kind of started that row. So the rest of my counts are now off for the whole pattern. Okay, so we're going to move on to round number 13. So 13 is going to be 44. Let me just correct the pattern right now. It's going to be it's going to be 44 single crochet, 44 chain 1 spaces, and 88 stitches total. So round 13 is 88 stitches. I'm correcting the written words as I'm going. Okay, let's grab some stitches. So its next color is blue. Round 13, we're going to paste. Okay, so there's going to be 44 of these in the circle. But before I do that, I want to figure out where the next stitch is going to be. So there's going to be 88 stitches, so 360 degrees divided by 88. So I need to figure out where the single crochet is going to land, or the chain 1 is going to land. So chains, when they go in, they actually match the height of the row. So they don't ever go up here. They match the height. Okay, done. So this is a nice, easy round. But where am I landing on the pattern? That was my start. That'll work out. This one here is single crochet chain 1. Okay, that's right. So we have 44 of those to go around. See, I told you it's going to get easier. My registration mark wasn't exactly in the center, which will throw the whole thing out of whack. Okay, so there's 44 of those, so there's 360 degrees divided by 44 sections of that. Look at that. Okay, so we know that there is, so we had 80 stitches here. We had 88 here. We also have 88 in the next because we didn't do an increase. This was round number 13. I'm leaving the row counts exactly where the row starts in the pattern to be consistent. Okay, round number 14. Round number 14 has an increase. Let me just see where it is. if I said that there was, my stitch counts were wrong, but if I said there's 108 minus 96 gives me 12 pieces of pie. So we're now moving to groups of 12. So number 14, round changes. So if that's increasing by 12, that means that the pattern, if it was 88, increasing by 12, that is 98, that's 100 stitches. Okay, so we're now going to, so we're only going to play in the chain one spaces right here. So we are going to put in our black. The next color is black. Double crochet. And we need to make sure that's on round number 14. And copy. So there's going to be 100 of these stitches. So I just got to do a section just to get it to go right. So it's going to be 100 of those around. (360° divided by 100 stitches. Nine times. Six, 7, 8, 9. That is actually going to be 108. That is actually correct. Excuse me while I let my hamster in my head just like run the wheel and has no idea what he's doing. So there's going to be 108 of these guys. So every 9 stitches is the repeat. So we're going to, okay, we would technically start here. So at 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just guessing at this point. So 3 of this chain 1 spaces are going to have 2 double crochet, and every 4th one is going to have 3. think the dogs are back in the house. I hear somebody. There he is. Salty, come here. Come here. You gonna come see or are you going outside? I know. I know. I know you want the back scratch. I know. Gotta pay the dog tax. You're stepping on my paperwork. You gonna go back outside? You gonna go see Daddy in the studio? Good boy. Okay, let me let you back out. Good boy. Go see Daddy. Go play in the snow. Good boy. We have two Great Pyrenees and they're built for this weather. I don't understand that. There's 88 plus 12. That gives you 100. It is 100. My sample is actually incorrect. My actual real sample. So this is what I should have been doing when I was designing this on my lap, because that's why my counts are, that's why it's buckling on me. 360 degrees divided by 100 equals. So this one will have 2 in it. Okay, so we just gotta stretch these guys out. Okay, that's the same one right there. Okay, so these two go here. for stretching, I just want to see what is the best way to do the stretch. So I was so bad last night. I feel like Christmas is like the time to eat crap. So I've been really good about what I'm eating. And I have not been snacking a lot, but I went hard on a bag of chips last night, and I'm feeling the price of it today. And I also had a pop, which I have stopped pretty much drinking pop. I have the odd fountain drink once in a while, but if I'm out in public, but I don't go out very often. But I stopped buying pop for home months ago, and because of it, it's making me lose my weight off. So I think I'm paying the price of it today. So I'm in line for gallbladder surgery coming up in the new year. Okay, so we got that one. And so I've been pretty sick all year, and well, not all year, since the summer. Anyway, constant upset stomach, but I did not realize I was having an actual real issue. Thought it was just whatever. So I realized that certain foods are setting me off, so I stopped eating a lot of crap. And anyway, as a result, it's been an interesting journey. So the repeat hasn't started yet, so I'm gonna just repeat. So anyway, so I had an upset stomach for quite some time, and it ended up turning into serious back pain the week before the starting of the crochet cruises back in November. So I went to the ER 3 days before the cruise ship because I was really hurting. I thought I was just going to get medication, my back's hurting, whatever, and it turns out it was a serious issue. And so anyway, it canceled me from being able to go on the cruise ship. So I had to do stuff remotely from home, which sucked a lot, including the guests that had signed up to go. But we did the best we could. And my neighbor, Karen, she was coming anyway, so she took over hosting responsibilities on the cruise ship for me. And I just physically wasn't able to go. So anyway, so that was diagnosed just before the last crochet cruise. So I've been in line waiting for a surgeon. And so anyway, so I have an appointment next week with the surgeon to go through the ins and outs and stuff. So I think it's pretty good, actually, to be honest. So I don't know when my surgery is going to be, but you got to go through the process. But the ER told me that I wasn't supposed to be traveling too far. And because I was hosting, I was going to probably be stressed. I just don't see the repeat yet. It's got to have, the repeat has to happen. The repeat rate should be right here. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3. The repeat actually might be, diagram wise, it might actually be in groups of 4. So last night on Facebook, I posted a picture of a video of myself I'm working on a snood. I just found some yarn. I just wanted to move my hands for something to do. I didn't want to design too hard. So I'm doing a snooty. So it's like a cowl that pulls up over your head. So 1, 2, 3. This one should have 3 in it. So Kathleen says you gotta love apple juice. Yeah. I still don't see the repeat in this thing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Well, that should be the... Oh my God, no. That's because my stitch counts only have, oh, Jesus. It's 88. It wasn't 108. So if I have 44 chain 1 spaces, I have, okay, I'm doing math. If I have 44 chain 1 spaces, and divide it by 4, that means that there's 14. Let me just take a look. 44 spaces divided by 4, that equals 11 pieces of pie. So 11 times 11 11 times 9 is what? Equals 99 stitches. I think it's 99, not 100. I should have already had the repeating going on already. Let's rotate that to 99. Divided by 99. It's amazing what one stitch off can be. Oh, we started binge watching Traders Ireland last night. I didn't know that there's more countries involved in Traders, so I think we're going to be binge watching now. Is this Elisa? This is for the circus blanket. I don't know what I'm doing with the elephants yet, though. I can't stand Amy. She's a fraud. She's not a friend. I hate email lists, fraudulent data collection. Yeah, I think we'll get rid of that. I don't see that being productive. If you grow too many stitches at the same time, it buckles, or sorry, it ruffles out, and if it's not enough, it buckles in. So every 4 rows should be the repeat. Or sorry, every 4 spaces. So if I'm right, this is the actual repeat right there. And there's 11 pieces of pie. So 14, 11, increasing by 11 stitches. So when I'm upstairs, I don't use my computer. I have a laptop, but I don't really use it too much. Okay, so I think this is what my answer is. And final answer, locking it in, and let's see if that goes around. So there's 11 pieces of pie. So when I say 11 pieces of pie, I mean 11 sections in the repeat. So 360 degrees divided by 11 pieces of pie gives me this. This should work out, and it does. Look at that. So my issue is a non-issue because I'm starting right there. So we're going to move that up. But I know based on my written pattern now that the stitch counts are all wrong. 14, that's round 14. And this is now 99 stitches. Okay, let's see what else I got now. Gee whiz. You know what? Oh, for the love of Pete. I'm supposed to have an even number for the next round. I think at this point, the pattern needs to change. There should technically be 100 stitches. Okay, let me pull up my AI. And yes, I use AI for, okay. And let me explain it into AI. I have 99 stitches in the circle. I need what is the multiple I can use to stay within 99 in groups? You can do 33 groups of 3. You can do 11 groups of 9, 9 groups of 11, or 3 groups of 33. So 33 groups of 3 is what I think I need to do. So what am I going to do? I am going to... Shh! Daddy's working. Here, you going outside? Here, let's go outside. We'll play with the dog. Oh, look at that. I know you want to get out there. A puss puss goes for the washroom outside. Something major just fell upstairs. Just stand by for a sec. a big crow hit the side of the house. It's dead, and then there's going to be a big murder here soon. A murder of crows, probably for a funeral. There's another crow that is with it, but the crow died, unfortunately. They're really good for our environment here too. Okay, so what am I doing here? I am doing, so I said there was 33 groups of 3. So, and we're going to be using because that was 14, so we're going to go to 15. Okay, so we're going to be using let's start with the back post. So I'm changing the pattern officially now compared to what it was. As long as the math works out for the growth, it'll always work. It's just a matter of getting there. So this is a hook. This is meaning front post. I never remember the direction of front post, back post. And so we know that there's 99 stitches of this. So we're going to rotate that around 99. But we're going to have some fun play with it. It was back post, front post, back post, front post, but because there's an odd number now, that won't work. So we'll just improvise it, right? (360 degrees) divided by 99. We just need 3 of these. So the first 2 will be back posts, and then the other one will be front post. So we're going to rotate this guy around. And there is my group. This is round number 15. So 316 degrees divided by 33 groups of 3. Look at that. This should actually work. And it does. Oh, shoot. You know what I don't like? The upper do not follow a circle. I didn't line up the tops. I told you at the beginning of this broadcast, I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to stuff like this. I will never be able to unsee it if I let it go. There we go, done. Yeah, we're going to rotate around. Divided by 33 groups of 3. And that's round number 15. I think so. This blanket that I'm working on is it's now going into a mandala look. I think I can see the stitches better on the back of it. So if there's only 11 pieces of pie, that means that there's only going to be 11 elephants instead of 12. Okay. Because the elephants will actually attach to round number 15. Which is fine to have 11 elephants. I know, kitty cat. But it's time to do an increase. I've been on 99. I was in 88, 88, 99, 99. So now, I know, kitty cat. I know. I need to do an increase. So what do we need to do to get... I need to get myself into a multiple of 12. So how do we get, what is a multiple of 12? So without buckling, 108 divided by 12 is 9. I'm currently at 99 stitches. 108 minus, I know, kitty cat. That means that there's 9. Nine, 11. 9 times 11. 108 divided by 9. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. 108. I need 108 stitches to make this work. So 108 divided by 9. This is where I struggle. I'm currently at 99 stitches. I need 9 stitches to get myself to 108. I need 9 stitches. I'm currently at 99. 99 divided by 9 equals what? 11. Twelve times 9 is 108. So the answer is 9. So it's going to be 7 single crochets and then 2 into the next. 7 single crochet, 2 in the next equals 108, which is a multiple of 12, is what I need. Okay, we're going to grab some black. And we're going to say there's 108 of these guys. So I need 9. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that should be the multiple that will get me over the top. And I'm joining it here. So the first one has to be there. So it's 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shh. Kitty cat. I know. Why don't you go outside and play with the crows? Here, come on. Here. Okay. Toss the kitty outside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This should technically work. So Psycho is joining us today. So there is going to be 9 groups. So 360 degrees divided by 9 groups. Nope. See, that did not work. Divided by maybe 11. Or maybe it's 12. Oh, God. Well, if it's 11, then that doesn't make sense. Let's just say 12 and try it. Math is not my forte. 360 degrees divided by 12. Okay, it's not 12. I think it's actually 11. Degrees divided by 11. Okay, it's not 11. Oh, maybe it is. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are lining up perfectly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, Christ. Eleven times 9 is what? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why am I struggling? Can't beat it. How can this be this hard, honestly? I need 108 stitches. 108 minus 99 gives me 9 stitches I need to increase by. I honestly think I'm just missing a stitch. I am totally cheating right at this moment, just so you know. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I don't know what it is. The problem is I have, Karen, the problem is I have 99 stitches below. So I can't just, I have to work with the 99 or a complete redesign. I'm just trying to figure out what it is. So I have 360 degrees divided by 108. I'm just thinking that the repeat is bigger than I think it is. Let's just play and see what happens. And if all else fails, I'm going to, so Karen, no, it was very valid, but the problem is the row below is a weird number. So 11 stitches and then increase 9 times around. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Mathematically, it works. I just got to diagram it out so it makes sense. That's my problem. So there's 11 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is number 6. The singles are not, no, because what we're doing is we're doing an increase of a stitch, so we have to make room. So they have to shift out of the way a little bit to make room, because you see as we go around more, they start lining up better. They line up right there. Okay, so if we have 11, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's one right there missing. This is the 11th right here. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nine, 10, 11. That's it right there. But Karen, you kind of put me on the right track, just so you know. Okay, so I think it's that. So there's going to be 9 of those. That should be right. See, if I was free-forming this, I wouldn't care, because I wasn't actually writing it out. I would just free-form it and say, you know what, I'm going to throw an extra stitch. Nobody's going to care. But then when you write this stuff out, it's just like people care. So I think that's it right there. So I have a beautiful blanket that's all free-formed, and people like demand the pattern for it. I'm like, I have no idea, because it actually technically doesn't work mathematically wise, because I improvised and threw in extra stitches and took out extra stitches, and that's where the creativity starts to fall apart for me, when it gets technical like that. Okay, so we think there's 9 groups of this. So 360 degrees divided by 9 groups, 9 pieces of pie. Look, there's a stitch missing. That son of a... What is wrong? What is wrong? Is it really truly 99? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe it isn't. Okay, I'm going to print this out. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe my counts are wrong, because I'm missing a stitch. I'm a visual person. I gotta just draw on the diagram by hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 pieces of pie. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 11. 99, right? 99. But then we want 9 pieces of pie. So I have 99 divided by 9 pieces of pie. So there's 11 stitches per piece of pie plus 1. So there should be 12. 12 stitches, not 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's a stitch missing. Okay, let's restart. So 12 times 9 equals 108, which is what I'm trying to go for. So there's 12 stitches in a row. So Karen wasn't far off. Let me just... The previous row is 100 stitches. It should only be 99. So this is Adobe Illustrator. It's not an app. It's a, well, I guess you could say it's an app. So I need 108 stitches. So 360 degrees divided by 108 stitches gives me the spacing I need. So, okay, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just got to get myself to groups of a multiple 12 because that's how these things work the best. And then it usually jumps from 12 to 16, then to possibly 20, 24, and then 30, and then 36. love of God. These are on the back loops only. So we're going to be doing like mandala work, so they have to be on the back loops only. I will eventually get there. So 360 degrees divided by 108 stitches. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Jeannie, or I haven't used that word in a long time. Wendy says she has faith in me. I don't know, Wendy. So the upside down moons are the back loops only. And it's what causes mandala work to happen with layers. I don't do this kind of stuff that often. So the elephants are sitting on the around the posts of the double crochets that are below it. So this is kind of hidden behind the elephants that you don't see. But you need them if you're going to do mandala work, which is kind of what we're kind of doing a little bit. So Daniel and I are going to a party that you have to wear all red. And so I was determined, and it's a warm place that we're going to. So I'm thinking about crocheting some shorts for both of us. I looked online to buy something, and so he told me that I was going to look like a slut, and I'm like, well, nobody knows who I am. And I said, and it fits the environment, so slut or not slut. But anyway, I'm thinking about doing crochet shorts for myself, but they have to be red. And in reading up, they said if you don't dress in red, you're going to feel like an outcast. So something on my list to do. So anyway, so then I gotta go and buy a thong to go underneath my shorts. And I know what you're thinking. You don't already own one. No, I don't. So Yarn Inspirations has a pattern for women's shorts. Obviously, I have to make space in the front for my extra luggage. So I gotta find a shorts pattern for men because I don't want to look like I'm tucking. Mm-hmm. So I think this is the right answer. And we said there's 9 of these, right? I think that's what we agreed on. Is it time to drink yet? At some point, it's 12:38 my time zone in the afternoon. And I think we said there was 9 of these. So 360 degrees divided by 9. Oh my God, there's the answer. Okay, that only took an hour of my life that I'll never get back. And let's save our work. We need to use like a scarlet deep red. Or I could be just really bad and just do like, I'm not going to say mini skirts, but kind of like hangs below a thong. It's that kind of party. It's a fun party. It's not, Daniel and I are obviously not there to hook up, but it's that kind of party. It's a fun party. Okay, so that is round number 16. So Daniel and I have a closed relationship. We don't do that kind of crap, but doesn't mean that we can't blend in. That's one of the things that I picked up. Like I was in a straight marriage for quite some time, but one of the things I did pick up was to be loyal. Okay. So we're now at 108 stitches. Let's go back to the pattern. Gonna highlight that pattern red because I gotta redo it. And then the next several rounds are going to be this. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I got 1, 16, 17, 18, So I got a few more rounds of that to go. And now we're officially going to go to 12 pieces of pie now. We're going to start. A short skirt would be cute. Yeah, I just think it's just that kind of party. It's just a fun, and I've done it before, so I don't think that's a big deal. I chose the wrong one. Okay, round number 17. It should be upside down. It should be this one. Okay, so if we're going to go to 120 stitches, then in the next round, it's got to be the right yarn though if I'm going to crochet shorts. Red Heart Super Saver would be too hot. I need a cotton-based yarn for that. So 360 degrees divided by 120 stitches. Copy. So 1, 2, 3. And then according to my notes, that equals 8. And then, okay, got it. And I chose the wrong color. Every other row should be blue. If your comment was deleted, chances are you've said a word that's in our banned words. There's 150 words you can't say to me on the live chats. And it's probably an innocent word. It's probably porn uses that word. So it's not you. Okay, so we got 1, so this is number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's supposed to be 1 here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Thank you, Wendy. 8. So there's 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I see. Okay, I get it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's just start moving stuff. Okay, I got it. I don't think I have any bamboo blends here. But I don't want to use too thin of a yarn either because I don't want to spend forever on it. But it's got to be red, so that's red. Of course, you go in your yarn collection and you're like got every other color that you need but the one, so you got to go shopping yet again. But I just did a major purge. The only thing on my list that I want to buy at this time is Karen's Simply Soft Party Yarn. I want to redo the Nutcrackers, or one of them. A mouse has chewed part of the outfit, so I want to replace some of the outfit, but I want to change the color of the outfit completely, do something new. So it's only, this is all once only pair of shorts. Yeah, I think so. But then if I do it, people are going to say, where's the pattern? I'm like, I'm just not a clothing designer. That's my problem. So I don't necessarily know body shapes very well. I think it's the biggest question I get on social is that they want to change an outfit. And I'm like, I have no idea. The designers at Your Inspirations went to fashion school to understand that. I just I haven't done that. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one is here. With red boxers, I would probably do a thong, honestly, just have fun with it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is number 1. And that's gone. Or when I say spawn, I probably mean more Speedo underneath. I don't want anything crawling up my the back end of myself. Okay, so there's going to be 12 of those. I used to work at a wash and fold for people's clothing. It surprised me on how many women wear thongs. It doesn't. Oh my God, what is wrong now? I'm missing a stitch. So I think I'm going to need a break after this round. I'm starting to make stupid mistakes. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I needed 10 stitches. So you don't think a thong is anywhere but fun. I am agreeing with you. (360 degrees) divided by 12. There you go. That's it. And now that was round number 17. And I think at this point, I think I need to actually recrochet a new sample because I've been changing numbers. So it's 120, round 17. I'm gonna have to watch this one right here. This is actually not lined up there. Usually you put the 2 above, but I'm going to highlight this one as red so it catches my attention in the future. Yeah, I saw that one too. I don't have any issues with men being in skirts and stuff. It's not my business. I don't care. Okay, so I think we're good. And I finished, where did I finish round? Oh, round number 1 was finished when? Round number 1 was finished on the 16th. So the 16th round is round number, the end of round number, or week number 1, if this was a stitch along. I am wondering to rotate. It's kind of bothering me a bit. I'm bothered by the increase not matching. This is why you do layers. I think I'm just gonna screw it. I'll just write it on the pattern properly. Okay, well, we'll save this, and I think I'm gonna finish for now. Have a lunch break. And yeah, so this looks like an equation I don't want to solve for. Amen, sister. I know that's right. Okay, that's it for now. We hope you enjoy your day wherever you find yourself, and we'll see you again another time.